Hawa, at the land now. Still does, our duty is Jawani, haha, our Nathana. What on the God ahan, Judo the Lord Siga ear, E.G. Stella, huh? No less square. Start these Luxdana, huh?
It was a day probably just like this in the spring of 1838 when our people looked up and said it's going to be okay. That we've made it through the harsh winter, we've made the trail, and this feels like home. The vision some 50 years ago was to have a facility like this where the culture, the heritage, the history of the Cherokee people, their story could be told and archives could be kept. And when they envisioned the village, literally hundreds of thousands of Cherokees and non-Cherokees, many of them students, have been through that village. 100 years from now, 200 years from now, 300 years from now, I expect this place to still be here. I expect our great-great-great-grandchildren to be enjoying this very spot where the female seminary once stood, the first institution of higher learning west of the Mississippi for any woman of any race. The Cherokees have a storied history, and as principal chief of the Cherokee Nation, my oath of office says that I will protect and defend and promote the culture, the heritage, and the history of the Cherokee people.
In '66, we started construction here. We did the site work and stuff, and then we built the very first, we call it the ancient village in those days. Diligwa is a town, but we had in those days when we built that, we really only had some verbal descriptions. And I went to Gilcrease had some books. A fellow named Timberlake had written some early descriptions of Cherokee structures and stuff, and we reconstructed as best we could with the things we could find those days. But since then, we've ran across all kinds of archaeological discoveries, and we have some archaeologists here with us today that are very in tune with that, and they have helped us put together the new Diligwa village. The bottom line is, it's about preserving our culture and our heritage and letting everybody know where the Cherokee came from, but with an eye to where we're headed in the future.
The opening of Diligwa really represents a milestone in our development over the past 50 years. So it's the beginning of the next 50 years. And we want this to be just a real impetus for people to come and visit the Cherokee Heritage Center and to breathe some new life into the Cherokee Heritage Center. We've always had great participation, a great number of visitors from all 50 states and from across the world. So the opening of Diligwa is really going to enhance that. Our village is the most accurate representation of what Cherokee life was 300 years ago. And that does surprise many people because it's not typical of what they would expect to see. And it really educates people in a way that the Hollywood movies don't.
I've been doing living history now for about 18 years, which I would travel around different museums, different universities, and set up living history camps from the 1700s, okay? And a lot of the stuff that I have here is my own stuff that I created myself. Brain tanning, for example. I'll brain tan. You know, I learned that from a Creek man named Jimmy Sanders, older man.
Yep.
I was doing it, but he come up and looked at my stuff one day and he said, "If you want to learn how to do this, I'll show you how." And naturally, you don't turn it down when you're wanting to look at it. I said, "Okay," and I'd seen his stuff. He helped me in leaps and bounds. Little subtleties that I was missing.
I really, look at this as a place to either pique the people's interest, to get them to study more, or for those that are studying it to have a place to come to actually touch and feel.